The year 2003, folks, could be the year that the world welcomes the first cloned human baby. At least that's according to Italian doctor Severino Antinori, who says that baby is due in January, and the mother and baby are doing fine. Is this a step in medical progress or the first step down a slippery slope? We asked Dr. Panos Zavos, who's director of the Andrology Institute of America and associate director of the Kentucky Center for Reproductive Medicine, joining us from Lexington, Kentucky. Dr. Zavos, first of all, should we believe Dr. Antinori? And once this baby is born, how will we know? What proof is there that, in fact, the baby had been cloned?
Those are very significant questions, Bill, that you're asking me. You realize that
we always start with the toughest.
That's right. The reason that actually I severed my relationship with Severino is because I didn't believe him then, and I don't believe him now. And of course, as I told the U.S. Congress some time ago, I am from Missouri, and therefore he needs to show me the proof of that.
So you think that? You think it's all a con job? Is that what you're telling us?
Pretty much so, and I'm afraid that what Severino has created so far is a problem for him, and that he needs to exit, and the only way to exit, when you announce a pregnancy, you need to deliver the baby, and I think that he's en route to doing that, but I don't think he's going to talk to us a whole lot about the proof after he delivers that baby.
All right, sir. Pat Buchanan here. I'm also from Missouri.
Yes,
At least
Pat.
I spent about 4 years out there. You're telling us that your former colleague is completely capable of pulling off a hoax. Is that right?
Well, I'm afraid, and I am going to say that, yes, that may be the case here. And unless he can show the world, and there is a plan here, that he can DNA fingerprint that baby to match completely the donor of that DNA. And also, there are other tricks in the business of ours that we can imply or prescribe or go about, proving that this baby is indeed a clone baby.
Right.
It doesn't show any trends that he's willing to show us a whole lot.
Okay, but when this baby is born, and this is exactly what you're moving toward the question I was interested in, it seems to me he's going to have to show that all of the DNA in this baby came from a single human being, a single male, I guess, or a single female, and he should be able to do that because presumably this is a great scientific experiment, and if he fails to do that, I think we should we rightly call him a phony and a fake?
You are absolutely right on that one, and I am obviously somewhat disgusted with Severino because you must know that when he announced the first pregnancy, he announced it with me. He said that he accomplished this when working with me at the United Arab Emirates meeting that he participated in. And when I questioned him a bit, he never really wanted to discuss this at all. And when I questioned my team that worked with him, then we found out that no such thing took place. And so I have decided to really sever my relationship with Severino.
But let me ask you this, Dr. Santos. In your own work, and you're involved in this field as well, would you ever consider cloning a human?
Oh, absolutely, yes. I think that it's inevitable. It's going to happen, and whether Severino pulls it or somebody else does, I must tell you that if we make it and we're en route of doing that, we will show the world all the proof that needs to in order to be totally convinced that this clone baby is indeed the clone of the nuclear donor that is providing the DNA material.
Well, the Vatican today issued a statement condemning the practice of cloning and saying basically doctors like you should not be playing God, should not be trying to create life. That causes you no pause?
Yes, of course, I have great respect for the Pope and the Catholics, but you may know that the Vatican is against just plain masturbation, which of course is the basis upon which we can evaluate the male and create human life in vitro, etc. So, I'm not sure that the Vatican is a good spokesman for this particular area of expertise. Right. But I do respect other people that are opposing this technology.
Dr. Zavos, let's say that you try to clone a human being and you're going to have the first 7 or 8 are pretty deformed as they move along the process, and you bring them to birth and they're deformed. What do you do with them if you do that?
Well, Pat, you must know that we have the same problem when we create IVF babies. If the woman is under 40, there's an incidence of 5 to 6% of abnormalities or not necessarily deformities or what have you. They're just terminated as problematic pregnancies. When the woman is above 40, that number doubles or triples. And therefore, those are things that are happening every day. They're just not reported.
All right,
And obviously, this whole thing is exaggerated because of all those tremendous mishaps that the animal cloners have created, that they shouldn't be doing that after all. They're experimenting themselves in a very gross way.
Quick final question. If a deformed child is born, should you follow Dr. Singer up at Princeton and do away with it?
The decision needs to be made by the parents and not by anybody else. And the medical professionals normally ask the patients as to what decisions they wish to make, and then those decisions are executed accordingly.
Thank you very much, Dr. Zavos. We hope to
Doctor.
talk to you again.